We as a nation are headed for an economic disaster. This is
While our leaders and the mainstream media have finally admitted that the American economy is in critical condition, they are not telling us the whole truth. The mainstream press is telling us that this is just a recession, a bad business cycle. But many experts are now saying that the current problems are much more than that.
I think there's an excellent chance we're actually standing at the edge of the precipice and about to go over. So hold on to your hat.
What I'm afraid we're looking at is the end of an empire. And unfortunately, the two most violent periods for an empire are when it begins and when it ends. And the most desperate acts, both by citizens and leadership, are also at the beginning of an empire and at the end of an empire. And I see us moving that direction.
People ask me, aren't you worried about controversy? Aren't you worried about your reputation? And I just sort of think, you don't know what's ahead if you think that that's what I should be worrying about right now.
The real world around us is falling apart. You know, the economy is shattering. We're in desperate straits economically. It's not working. Our military is broken. It's completely broken. The infrastructure is falling apart. Our vaunted healthcare system, the hospitals, are all in terrible disrepair. The food supply is suffused with poison. I mean, it's a real mess. It's a nightmare. The political system is a joke. You know, we don't have the right to vote. Our elections are circuses. All this is going on. It's a revolutionary situation, is what I'm saying, okay? But you pick up the New York Times or you turn on CNN and you get your soma. You know, you get your daily drug, which tells you, no, everything's fine. It's business as usual.
We're this close. Just add $1 trillion more to the national debt, and we now have as much as we had at the most critical point in our nation's history. And we're just getting going. We're just getting going. We're entering into the Greater Depression. We're not in the midst of, we're not resolving it, we're not on the other side. Okay, so you have the average American, which doesn't even know these things are happening. Shame on him. They need to get educated.
This 9-disc DVD survival guide features exclusive, never-before-seen interviews and commentary with some of the most renowned scholars, activists, professors, best-selling authors, and economists. Containing over 8 hours of exclusive footage, this no-nonsense box set will give you all of the information you and your family need to survive financial Armageddon, the end of freedom, martial law, government tyranny, national bankruptcy, the death of the US dollar and euro, tyranny at the hands of the global elite. The Fall of America and the Western World features never-before-seen interviews with experts from the left wing and the right wing, the moderate and the radical. Join New York Times best-selling author Naomi Wolf, the father of Reaganomics, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, author of the most successful finance book in history, Douglas Casey, lecturer David Icke, KABC radio host and regular contributor to The Lou Dobbs Show, Doug McIntyre, NYU professor and author Mark Crispin Miller, author Mickey Z, author G. Edward Griffin, economist David McIlvaney, biblical scholar Ken Klein, best-selling author of Taking America Back, and journalist from the world-renowned WorldNetDaily.com, Joseph Farah, and world-renowned filmmaker and activist Alex Jones.
We're undeveloping. We're disdeveloping. It's a real serious situation. It's more serious in its possible consequences than the Great Depression.
But perhaps the greatest myth of all is that America is going to last forever. Someone is in critical condition, in this case our society, our economy, and literally our planet.
The Fall of America and the Western World is packed with hundreds of actionable tips that you can do right now to save yourself and your family. This DVD box set will not only give you the bad news, but it will also teach you how to buy precious metals, how to diversify your portfolio, protect yourself from martial law, how to get off the grid, how to fight the New World Order and globalism, how to protect the middle class and your finances.
What's going to happen in the future? They're going to stage more terror attacks around the world. They're going to stage more wars and more provocations or accidental bioweapons releases, and just keep closing their net tighter and tighter around us, like sharks or dolphins get a school of fish, and then they're just going to start diving into our midst with even greater attacks. So basically, they orchestrate more terror attacks, more crises, more accidental bioweapons releases. A few thousand die, a few hundred get sick. There's more controls, more regulation, more surveillance, and then the really big attacks come. The really massive attacks come, where we're talking hundreds of millions of people are dying. And they will do that the minute they think they've got their control grid in place.
In the months and years to come, the world as we know it will continue to crumble. Are you financially and spiritually prepared to withstand the worst of times? This DVD box set, several years in the making, exposes everything from the outlandish to the mundane. This 100% exclusive material will teach you and your family not only how to survive the police state and the forthcoming Orwellian surveillance society, but also inflation, hyperinflation, the credit crisis, offshoring, the death of the middle class, job losses, food shortages, bank closures, government tyranny, and government collapse and national bankruptcy. Order now, and for a limited time, you get a 10th DVD, Conquering the Chaos, providing you and your family with additional tips on how to protect yourself and even profit from the dark times ahead. For the first time since the Great Depression, the world's problems have become our problems, and once again, we are being lied to. This is not a conspiracy theory movie. This is not a left-wing film. This is not a right-wing film. This film has only one agenda: your survival. If you knew a 10.0 earthquake was headed your way, wouldn't you prepare for your own survival? Don't be a fool. Learn where your world is headed and why, and how you and your family can survive the fall of America and the Western world.